Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Age of Fear 3 as we continue on with the Dryad campaign. It's getting a little bit of... well, it's taking a little bit to get used to be honest, after playing the dwarves for so long. Now, as my good associate Furex recommended, I will pick up the enslavement ability. It will be useful. Rightio, there we go. Give the plants some healing stuff, especially the mandrakes. Oh, are we giving them healing stuff? I can't remember. Is it worth it? Might be worth it. I'm just going to switch these units around so they're a bit more organised and symmetrical. Symmetrical union, I suppose. Symmetrical union, does that make sense? Sorry, I'm not totally awake when I'm doing this recording. And the glitching is back, well, I'll mention it to the developers.
I've had an interesting report passed to me. Some hunters found the remains of an actual battle site along the path taken by the Drider and Dryad. The report describes a scene with a number of pulverized orc bodies and smashed up trees. Judging by the vague language used, I suspect Lord Azil doesn't know what type of fight transpired there. It seems likely that there were Ents in the clearing. Orcs might ally with a Drider. Ents would absolutely ally with a Dryad. The question is, which side did the runaways help?
Right, so we had to choose one of these sides. Probably going to choose the Ents, to be honest, because it's we're Dryad and helping Mother Nature is all in our spiel. So let's go with that. Plus, I don't particularly, well, orc allies, greenskin allies, perhaps. I mean, they have some good units. But it'd be nice to get the Ents on our side. Right, so we get some saplings. And some more mandrake roots. Right, switch those out so we can get those guys up. Probably those guys would turn into Ents in their own right eventually, which would be cool. And we got some screen tear again. Don't know why that's happening. I'll mention it to developers and they'll probably fix it. Well, they will fix it because they are very, very, very effective fixers. So, let's see. Yeah, give everybody healing potions. It's interesting that plants can use healing potions, but I suppose it makes sense. Probably why the glitching has come about is there's been an update. The developers put in the ability for healers to heal themselves with magic, which is toggle-onable, or no, is it toggle-onable? It's enabled, I can't remember. But it's in the game now, so that's probably why it's become a bit glitchy again. Right, so they can regrow, but they lose experience to do it, and that sucks. We shouldn't rely on them too much then. Those mandrake root won't be as effective either, because obviously they're going to kill multiple units to make up the 50 XP for dying every time you blow them up. Greenskins are winning soon, the forest folk will be smashed to toothpicks, says Balver. But the Ents might know how to cure us, let us help them. Countess Neri. Ents, useful, can you capture some? Why yes, yes I can, but not if they're all chopped down, Countess Neri. Right, so we've got to try and save these guys. Will we have to use, like, command plant ability on them? Will they be independent, or will we have them under our own control? That would be interesting to see. So try and use the enslave ability to catch some units as well. I wonder if it's multiple use or one time. Right, let's see, let's get that out. We'll put the units here, have the mutated ivy in the background acting as close range support. The Dryad's going to head towards the Ents so we can try and capture them. Let's see how this goes. Pardon me, sorry. Everybody's got everything we need. Yes, yes, yes. The greenskins are relatively competent. Right.
Nice try.
There she goes. We'll move her up there. We'll move the mandrakes forward. I only get one of them. That's not great. I mean, it's cool that they respawn, but the 50 XP hit is rather nasty, considering that you can, if you're playing the greenskins and you have goblin sappers, they respawn always and you don't have any XP loss for them. So I don't know how I feel. I mean, this is one of the complicated things with suicide units, isn't it? That if you have a unit that its whole purpose is to commit suicide, charging people, costing you XP to use that unit to get back is a bit of an anticlimactic thing. It would be better for you just to keep your units in reserve, those units in reserve, than actually send them onto the battlefield, because at least they could level up and get XP without losing it every time they fight. Alright, let's see how these guys react. Ouch, that's not good. That's even worse. But that plan worked at least. I was trying to draw some of the orcs off so we could try and capture some of them. Orc warboss are staying back, and yes, as I thought, we are. I didn't realise until the end of last turn that we could actually automatically control these things.
Try and catch me.
So now let's try and okay, they're already under control. All right. As I said, I wasn't totally awake when I was recording this, so it may not have been my best gameplay ever. Right, let's see. That person's going to die. That mandrake's going to die, so I've got to pull them back. You can explode. I mean, considering that the mandrake has less, I'm glad we're finally out. I will not miss this place one bit. It wasn't that bad. A regular meal, some frequent exercise. The space was a bit too confined for my taste. That's all. Don't tell me you enjoyed all those fights, countered Nari. Oh, gladiator's life has its perks. Let's try to see things positively, says Belva. You brute, maybe you should go back. No, I mean, I don't know. I normally like suicide units like the Sapper and stuff because they're really cool, like really tactical to play, but I'm just not feeling it with the Mandrake. I'm really not. They just don't do it for me in the slightest. Right, so he's entangled, so he's got lower defense and he can't move, and we beat up on him. I don't know, I just... The problem I think I have with the Mandrake, or send the warg in here to tie up the stone for her, is that they're basically like a less effective version of the Goblin Sappers, and I don't know. No, he's got debuffed. Pardon me, instead of laying into him, that warg got its eye ripped out. That's not great. Yeah, it's been badly wounded. Yeah. Let's move these guys up. Pull him back. Let's try and slave him. There we go, he captured that orc. We'll perhaps see some more in a minute. Took its eye out with poison. Killed it outright. He can't move. Balva doesn't only solve problems, he eliminates them. Right, let's kill him. Move her up to support so she can start using some of her abilities. We killed off the goblin, which is good. It won't really affect that morale that much. Try and kill the goblin. Yeah, you killed the goblin. Excellent. That guy can't move. Mandrake. If I move him up, he'll probably die. But they do have the regrow ability, so I can pop a healing potion and move him up. Dag nabbit. Okay, from what I've seen of the Mandrake, they're very different from the Sappers. And we just lost our enslaved unit as well, so that was a waste of time. Yeah, the Mandrakes, you have to try and get as many targets as possible to try and kill them to get your XP back from getting regrown. So you just can't take out 1 or 2 enemies anymore with them. You really have to focus on getting groups. So instead of having in the front line, you'd have to have them like in the back. When your line engages, you then sneak them around and detonate them. Right, smack him up.
Not so fast, alright.
Kill, tie him up. Now who do we want to try and kill? Probably need to beat down on this guy, to be honest. Because otherwise he's got to start dealing a lot of damage really quickly.
He is finished.
Ah, we missed, but at least we pinned him in place. Well, I can't do really anything, so we'll pull him down here so he can get healed. The forest folk are taking a lot to getting used to, and they keep netting that one wolf, which is annoying. Alright, let's punch this guy in the back. Kill him off. Excellent. Can we try and enslave him? I don't think we can. It'd be cool if we could. He might have iron. Yeah, he's got iron mind. So we can't be enslaved. That's a shame. I'll try and get the goblin shaman instead, or the orc shaman instead.
Oh, splendid.
Heal that one so he can actually be of use. Alright, go and punch him. Move these guys up. It's a very different fighting style with the dryads than it is with the dwarves. It's taking a little bit of getting used to. Let's kill off this guy. That should affect morale some more. Right, move them up to support. Wounded sapling. That's not great. Right, let's punch the orc war boss. Put him in place. Soften up the shaman with a couple of hits. So when he goes down hard.
Darkness is my
Kill the orc war boss. Right, those guys break. Kill that one off with one using the warg. Sorry, warg? No, it's a warg. Sorry, I get confused with Warhammer setting because they have wargs and Warhammer, but wargs at forks tend to be rampagers. And like a huge migration of angry orcs. Let's try and grab this shaman, then we'll wound him one pot, move him up to kind of get in range of the enslavement. And we can't use it. Why? It's unblockable. Okay, it has uses. I didn't realise that. I thought it was going to be like the capture ability for the dryad. That's annoying. Well, we just have to kill him then. Let me get units back. But as you can see, they get the mandrakes get minus 50 XP. So I'm probably going to drop them soon. Not being nasty, their feature is really cool, but the 50 XP for growing back, you'd have to kill a lot of units to recoup that, so they'd never really level up. I mean, I know units get an average XP for taking part in the mission, but it's like, if they don't kill anything, they don't get enough XP to cover the loss. Ooh, Wand of Fire, very useful. We'll give that to the Dryad, and she'll get a nifty little offensive tool. I mean, the Wand of Scepter of Fire, Wand of Fire. Basically, the Scepter of Fire is a really useful neutral magical artifact in this game, which means that you can give it to a character, give them range damage potential without affecting their alignment. Because, Lord knows, I've had enough evil campaigns with my sorcerers. I've just gone straight out evil because I wanted to use the Dark Elf Scepter, which is an OP weapon. If you want to do VIP sniping, using the Dark Elf Scepter is something you really want.
Azil's forces stumbled across a mass grave of orcs. He reports that his scouts have also found evidence of Ents in the area. Based on how the orcs were slain, Azil suspects that our fleeing beasts have joined forces with the Ents. This begs some important questions. Ents are remarkably intelligent, considering their trees. What do they know about the area? Would they have helped our monsters?
Now that we're actually helped nature, I feel such relief. The Ents will show us where this swamp witch lives, inquires Balver. It will, but I wonder if it will be worth the fight, grumbles Neri. That's behind us. We've chosen our path. Ironbark, Forest Lady, Balver, thank you, follow me. Right, so that's the next combat mission down there. We'll go to the Smuggler's Den quickly and level some stuff up. Ah, he's got enough XP to get the next veteranry stat. That's good. That one needs to be leveled up as well. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be nigh on impossible to get them leveled up. I've got to be honest, I do not like the 50 XP penalty for exploding them. It's a bit too high. It makes them relatively ineffective, in my honest opinion. You'd have to definitely get like the intelligence. The only way I can see for them to work was that if you picked up the intelligence one, which actually, wait, that's not even that. That's not even an intelligence boost. That's just a bonus, a one-off bonus. So yeah, you're really going to be riding at a deficit with them unless you get really lucky and kill a lot of units with them. I'll put the fire wand on. Very useful. I can get about 2 shots off with that with her, or 3 technically. Before she has to start chugging potions. Right. Yeah, natural wisdom, it's a one-off thing, isn't it? Dang. Okay. We'll give a healing brew to the Ent, and probably a potion of swiftness if we're being honest. They are relatively slow, but they are trees.
Based upon the correspondence from Lord Azil, I suspect our beast will soon be entering the Forlorn Swamp. I'm curious to find out how the Dryad and Dryad do in there, assuming the hunting party doesn't get scared off. I have the impression that they're simply beelining for better cover. That said, I look forward to hearing how the dwarves deal with the mushroom folk. Those swamp creatures are not the friendliest natural species. Then again, they're not the deadliest either, at least in small groups. But a whole village of them disturbed by a party of half-pissed dwarves? I'm also curious to know how they'll react to the runaways, but I doubt I'll get any reliable information back regarding that.
Alright, let's keep going. Hey, Neri, come here, I have something to show you. What is it, Balver? Something I stole from one of the guards. Not my style, but it might be of some use to you. What? Oh, let's take a look at it. Fire wand, point, dangerous, end, at opponent, and press trigger. Balver, you telling me you've been lugging this around all the time through the arena, the sewers, the swamps, and all those monsters and threats? You should have revealed this ages ago. What were you thinking, or were you thinking at all? Balver remains quiet. Silly Dryad. Now hand over. Okay, so we got a fire wand anyway. Well, that's a shame. We could have used different stuff then. Grab a few more saplings. Because they will probably one day turn into ents, so we could have all our front line just made up of ents, which would be really cool. Grab another mutated ivy swamp ivy and another mandrake root. I mean, to be honest, the mandrake roots aren't bad. You just have to expect that they're never going to level up at all, which is a disappointment. We could sell it, but if we get another magical user, it may be useful to hold on. Not going to pick up the magical staff either, the other one, because it's very expensive for what it does. Mana shield, like +3 mana is good. But the mana shield is a bit of a two-edged sword, because every time you take a hit, your mana pool reduces. Put up these fellas up front. They're not as tough as the Ent, but I want these guys to level before anybody else, because I want to get them to the Ent stage of their evolution, if they have that evolution. Are those mushroom people? Questions and confusion. Mushrooms, they will make a good appetizer. Chuckles Balver. I still can't tell if you're supposed to be a beast or a human. Whispers Nari to herself. Not much difference either way, I guess. Hey, only dryads can live on nuts and seeds. I'm a man, I need proper food. It depends on how we classify you. If you go by legs, you're 4 men. And maybe half a man if we go by brain. Some of the plant units can be both use melee and ranged acid attacks. The enemy is resistant to poison or acid, your ranged attacks will be ineffective. You can force ranged units to perform melee attacks. Right, okay. Okay, that's a lot of ranged units. There's mandrakes as well. That's gonna suck. But I do see a potential way out of this. I know for a fact that plant, it's a plant, so if all else fails, we can take control of it using the dryad. And I'm pretty sure it's pretty dang lethal. It's got double damage and multiple attacks, so all we have to do is chuck it into a big enough group of enemies and it should kill off a lot of them. Yeah, Swamp Willow. If we can take control of that, that might be a good idea. It will involve us having to literally break cover, making a run straight for it though, so we'll have to be careful. Good thing the developers put healing for the healer back, or self-healing for the healer end, isn't it? Right. Get these guys up. I'll probably chuck one of the mandrakes down south to tie up the small group that's down there. I mean, the big issue that we have is most of the enemies are coming directly from the southeast. Yes, southeast. They're coming from the southeast and the east, so we're going to have to be careful about that. Right. Let's see if we can. Let's see. Right, sorry about that, folks. Yeah, we can take control of the command plant using that ability. Let's see. What else? Right, yeah, that we can do that. That's fine. Let's be good. Excellent. So this plan should work. Right, all we need to do now is do the next battle, but I'm probably going to do that in the next episode. This is going to be a slightly shorter episode than normal, folks. So let's save. Yep, let's save and exit. And that will be all for today, ladies and gentlemen. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam, or you can leave a comment in the comment section and I'll get back in contact with you. As always, developers will be happy to hear from you if you have any questions or suggestions about the game, so leave that in the comment sections as well. I've been Cornish-Knight, this has been Age of Fear 3, and I shall see you all next time for the next episode. Goodbye.